Good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. It is now Saturday, April 4th, 2019. It is 6:58 a.m. I've been awake for a while now, watching videos in my room. Boy, I have a lot of thoughts on my mind, and I was just thinking out loud. And then I decided, hey, let me get my recording device and start speaking. Yeah, I want to talk about this society. I think it was just yesterday on Friday about this banning on this particular social media platform, the banning of several individuals. And I think if you even give their name and say it, say on this social media platform, that pull, they could pull your channel, or that they might pull your channel or the video. So for that reason alone, I will not give their name, but I will give their initials. This whole thing is really, really irritating me. What got me to, when I woke up this morning watching some videos, I started thinking about those said individuals who will be banned, who are not will, they are banned from this particular platform. And I asked myself, well, what is it that they're doing? And I made mention about 2 days ago, I uploaded a video on my channel. I uploaded a video indicating that this social media, the initials Y and the initial T, will be pulling my video for, they call it bullying, cyberbullying, and some other stuff. And I find that very amusing because I'm so far from being a bully. And in fact, everything that I do on my channels, plural, is one to inform the general public and to protect the general public. I do not believe in bullying people. Bullying, what does that term mean? It means to intimidate, to harm, with the intent to harm, whether it be the person's body, their finances, their health, their relationship with others. It's to cripple them, and it's to show dominance over them. That's bullying, and that's the intent of bullying. And bullying can also extend into removing the life of that person. Yes, that's bullying. I have been bullied or intimidated against by others, and I know how it feels. It, it, it's a violation. So they're saying Y and T is saying that I'm doing those things. But see, what's happening is that their vocabulary, the meaning of words are changing. Yes, they're saying that to protect, to warn others of danger is now considering bullying. So if you want to protect, advise, educate, and if the other side does not like that, well, you change the meaning, and that protecting the public is now considered bullying. Amazing, amazing. So I did a video exposing, I showed my channel and their warning about my video that I did going on 4 years ago because I questioned the narrative. Now they're saying if you question the narrative, they're going to punish you. We're going to pull your video for violation of something. But what happened 4 years ago when I first put it up? I also explained in my video that they're holding monetization. So they want to economically crush you. That's a big way of destroying somebody, by destroying their means to earn money so they can pay their bills, right? Isn't that a dictator? Isn't that what a dictator does? A bully? Hey, I'm going to bully you. Give me your money. Give me your lunch money. Give it, right? That's a bully. Aren't they doing the same thing in essence? They're not even asking you for the money, they're just taking it. And they're taking your money by denying you the revenues that you were to receive, that you would have received. So they're even bypassing it. So they want you to follow their rules. And if you don't follow their rules, there's going to be a consequence slash punishment. Money. We're going to deny you monetization, not advertiser friendly to most of them, or an outright ban on any monetization. And then to actually pull the video. So it has no opportunity to generate funds. That is oppression. And that's what I said. I feel like this is oppression. It's controlling. It's enslavement. And I don't like that. I find that awful. Very, very awful. Just turning down the volume a little bit. Yeah, I think it's awful how people could call you something and in actuality it's what they are. See, they don't like people who have power. They want to keep the power to themselves. They want to create their own narrative and then pretend that everything is happy because you're in compliance with them, taking away your freedom. And that they created a platform. Get this. This social media is, they created this platform, this social media platform, to get millions and maybe even billions of people depended on to create a whole social network. Everybody's interconnected now. And then they say, oh, got you. Okay. We know that you're dependent on this system. You got friends everywhere, all over the world. And it was free. See how good of me I was. I made it free for you all to communicate. But no, you can't talk about create the narrative in the media. We're still in control of that. Yeah, they're in control. And now the hammer is hitting down really tough. So here I'm a small channel. I get minor views. I've had this channel for a number of years, but it's not thriving as I feel it should, as I mentioned in my video the other day. And now what little I have, they're going to pull it. I did contest it. They said you can contest it. We give you 7 days. And I addressed the issue right away. And I have many videos like that one. So it's just a matter of time that they're going to pull that video. And the others, they're going to find it, do the same BS, notice, and then pull it. That is not freedom. And so, hear me, a small YouTuber, and now they pulled the channel of these individuals. I think it's about 4 men and 1 woman. And yes, they all speak very boldly. And I've seen many videos of people speaking very boldly and are using such obscenities for shock value. Not that they don't know any other word, but it's just to shock you. No real content. And again, it's okay to have a difference of opinion. But in particular, this one social media personality, he questioned one of the narratives on the news, just like I did. And that was some years ago. And they got aggressive with him and vilified him for exposing whether or not someone really died in something or not. How come then you don't hear of any of the funerals? You have all these people who allegedly got hurt, life was extinguished from them. No funeral. The alleged parent was laughing and like they were priming their pump to pretend to get emotional right after. So you're going to be laughing. And they say, okay, let me do it now. Okay. And then pretend to be upset. They think that we're stupid. So either way, what I wanted to also talk about was, you ever take algebra? A plus B equals C. Well, what is A? What is B and what is C? Well, A and B are the polarities of a coin. It could be a a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a dollar piece, it doesn't matter. It could even be a bill. The heads and tails of a bill. And then C is the whole unit of those components. It's the actual item. And so in social media, in society today, it's a polarity, but it's all the same coin. And it's what is controlling the narrative. We're being controlled and we're being fooled. And I'm going to say it, and it's very controversial. And they may flag this video and channel. But see, I'm, I'm concerned. And so it really doesn't matter. Like what I mentioned earlier in this video, that I always had to try to please others, please others. And you know, you can't always please others. I'm not saying, and nor have I tried to instigate, but it's the nature of people and true bullies in the world that no matter what you do, they're coming after you. So I want to say what I am going to say. So with this coin, this polarity, dichotomy, what is A? A is the Third Reich or the Fourth Reich. B, what is B now? Zionism. And C is Israel. Yes, you heard me right. A is the Third and Fourth Reich. B is Zionism. And C is Israel. They are the same entity. And yes, the history books makes mention about this particular person who controlled this country in Europe, started what they call the Third Reich, and he is personified as evil of evil. I had watched in social media videos, footage of him when he was in power, and then they have this sinister, spooky music in the background going on. And I said to myself, why do you have that music to make him to be afraid of him? Why are they doing that? See, that's what I call social manipulation. Evil is what evil does. Okay. Now, these current social media personalities are being vilified like this person of the third Reich, being personified as being evil and bad and the bully. I I just find it very amusing. Now, I do not promote harming any human soul or animal soul. I am pro-life, pro-longevity, pro-peace through love. Okay, I want to repeat that. I'm pro-life and pro-peace via love, love, love. That's what I'm about. So I am in no way promoting that someone doing bodily harm or mental harm on anyone in history is a good person. But what I am exposing today is that the perception of whether someone is good or bad is being controlled. So, how come this person of the Third Reich is not banned on social media? I've seen plenty of videos with him on, this person in history, who allegedly did certain things in history that was in violation of one's human rights. And if he did what was said, then yes, I would agree that that is evil. So, why is this same social media and television openly showing this person and promoting his philosophy? Many of you will be saying, what do you mean promoting? Promoting his philosophy. Oh, how dare you? Well, these people on social media that is recently banning these individuals, such as um, A, J, and LF, I'm not going to give their name, but they're banning them as being bad. And that anyone who even discusses them by name or shows a picture, even a photo of being with them. So this is an extreme censorship. And isn't that Third Reich, weren't there people that did extreme censorship? So if you're not on their bandwagon, if you talk to so and so, if the bully in the playground says you're not allowed to talk to so and so or play with so and so, isn't that being a bully? And isn't that censoring your lifestyle and your interactions? Someone could communicate with someone, but it does not mean that they're in cahoots. Let's say at a supermarket, and this person may not be a good person, but they have the right to buy food for themselves or the family, right? You don't have to agree with someone's lifestyle. I don't have to agree with those people in history's lifestyle. I might hate their lifestyle, but who am I to judge anybody? And it's the person who's doing the judging now. Aren't they doing the same thing? Are they not leading up to it ultimately? So I found it really interesting. Like the initial LF. He's been around for about 60 years now, and he talks very forcefully. This person does not carry any weapons. He's never um, hurt anyone physically. What else? He stays by himself with his own. But yet now he's being targeted. Now, I saw videos of him. I want to understand why certain people aren't liked as a to educate myself. I believe in educating oneself. And so I want to understand why this particular individual was considered a bad person. Now, they speak forcefully, firm, very assertive. And he said something one day, but it was pulled out of context. That he said that someone was wickedly, how did he say, wickedly great. Now, great, the word great doesn't mean good. It can mean good, but it's about a magnitude. Like someone says, a great flood means a big flood. So in this case, it meant that wicked is wicked. Talk about the intensity of this man that had this magnitude, a wicked magnitude. That's what it meant. But they only going to say that he said that the person was great. That's lying. And that's distorting truth. And even if the person said that he was a, a great person, a great whatever, accolades, that's his opinion. Is the person doing genocide against anyone, this modern day person? Are they putting GMOs in the food? What are they doing? I think this person never did anything like that. Oh, I want to also say now, this person had a meeting, a secret meeting with a particular demographics. And this demographic has a tremendous amount of power in this hemisphere and overseas. They have control over many sorts of media, including this social media that I was talking about. Yes, all forms of media, all types. They had a secret meeting with him, and then they threatened him that he better watch what he says because they have the power to control what the future society teaches in the history books. And that if he continue in his vocabulary, in his message, that they'll see to it that he is removed from history, all the history books, and if they do have him in the history books, that they will um, um, say that he's an evil person in history. And of course, the person said, you know, in essence, for them to go, you know, mind their business. He stood his ground. And so they're starting to initiate their controls over this history. Because again, this person who said a comment, and again, it was just his opinion, he never wished any harm of any violence against them, but they promoted harm on him. They already said what they're going to do. And so now they're initiating stage one. This person is in his 80s. So how much time does he have left, really? He's moving a little slower now. And so they're going to block him from this particular social media now. Okay, that's stage one. So what are they going to do next? Okay, so he's going to be limited monies if it was monetized. And again, it's preventing other people to learn about him. So if you even have him on your video or even in a photograph with him, that you are in essence aiding and abetting a type of criminal in their eyes. So it's going to be again censoring and bullying the general population. So they're now the master. See, they want to see themselves as the master over others. And it doesn't matter what your race is or what your religion is or anything. If you don't comply to their standards, they're going to bully you, in my opinion. So I find it sad. I find it sad that this is happening. It's censoring. So what's next? Well, there's it seems like the true intent of these people who are in control of the social media. See again, they're part of the A plus B equals C. Who are these people? Just study them yourself. You do your homework. They're all the same. And here they're going to vilify people who are supposed to be associated with someone being bad, but yet they're associated with things that historically are bad, but it's camouflaged. See, they want you to focus on these people in social media and vilify them, but behind the scenes, these other people doing the controlling are doing things they don't want you to see. See, they're blocking people like myself and others and then putting them in a category as being bad. Watch what they do. See, they don't want you to watch, they want you to watch their right hand, but it's the left hand that's doing stuff. It's their left hand that they don't want you to see, but they want you to see everybody else. These other people are creating things. They're creating chaos. They are creating dependency or dependencies on things to make you become dependent. They want you dependent on and addicted to social media, certain types of foods, certain types of music. Is to control your narrative. And then you get hooked on these types of drugs. Social media is a drug. Cigarettes is a drug. These are all drugs. to control the way you think, control the things that you do, and to control the interactions you have with others. And then they're going to pull these addictions from you. Hey, if you don't do this, I'll pull that away from you, but because you're dependent on it, you most likely will comply. And that's what the social media is all about now. It was to help unify the planet. Unify in a sense of control, have a general network. People from the West Hemisphere dealing with people in the East Hemisphere, and it's 24/7. Yes, it's a 24/7 dependency, and then it's going to be the pulling away. So I find that very interesting. So I think it's a shame that here, and it's something that they pulled these individuals, what was that, yesterday or the day before? And then they pulled mine around the same time. Well, they threatened to pull mine within the 7 days. But it's all about the same time. So this must be really global. They must have of an algorithm that can pull videos that are on social media. Something. It's a sophisticated computer that could instantaneously pull out those said videos like mine, even though I made this video about 4 years ago. It was able to find it, and most likely the others that are out there on social media, and then boom, said, well, we're going to pull it because I questioned the narrative. And now they're trying to teach you about who's good and who's bad. And like I said, A plus B equals C. It's the same coin, and that they're controlling the narrative. I recently, I think it was yesterday, oh no, 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, I was watching a video and they were um, mentioning a movie that came out. And I checked online. This movie it came out in 2012 or 2011. And it was a movie that spoofs the Third Reich, but actually now it's the Fourth Reich. And it's made to look like it's make believe that this Fourth Reich is comical. Like, remember the television series Hogan's Heroes? How that television series came out in the 1950s. That's 50, the 1950s, right after the war, World War II. And it was made to mock, to make look stupid the Reich. It was a very popular show. So now they have a movie on the Fourth Reich about, they call it Nazis on the Moon. And the people who made mention of this film that came out. It was a motion picture that these people were talking about what they call the super soldiers. And this person allegedly was kidnapped, put under control over by the system, and forced to do things. And that movie is a true movie. It's not fiction. The subject, I should say, is not fiction. It's non-fiction. The person being interviewed said, "This is true. What you see there, see, they're desensitizing you. They're desensitizing the public." So they said, well, what this doing in essence is, we want to let you know what we're doing because I think the law of karma, well, we told you, so they can't say, well, they didn't know. See, that's sneaky. It's okay. We're going to tell you, we're going to show you and tell you what we're actually doing. And that we're the bad guys, but we're going to put a twist to it. We're going to make them look real stupid and laugh and, make it all look like a mockery. But these people are not to be mocked. And they have this control. And they're showing in this movie that some type of invasion to this planet. So this is really spooky. So here they want to, this social media wants to censor you, but then promote these movies, these Third/Fourth Reich movies, lift them up, but then they want to censor you. They are censoring you because you are going to expose them. They don't want to be found out. And you know what's really interesting? The person that is talking about this movie, about the Fourth Reich and Nazis on the moon, she's from the same group. She's from group number B. See that? That's what I'm saying, that there is an alliance. That these, what they call the secret space program, if you look in the background of some of these people, they're either members of A or B. And we know what C is. So you follow the dots. And there's another individual on social media who exposes these individuals. His initials are the letter D as in, the letter D and the letter I. He's over in Europe. He too was banned again from entering this particular country. This country in Europe. I think in Europe. I forget now. But he's being denied. His visa was denied. And I think he had maybe, he got notification 2 hours before his plane was to leave. They said, oh, we pulled your visa. You're no longer allowed in the country. Isn't that something? And this just happened this week. Just this week, just like I got my notification just this week, more like days apart from each other. So this is something global because this person is overseas and I'm here in the United States. See that? There are no more borders now. No more borders because now you have social control via social media. And they are controlling the narrative. They're setting up movies indicating what they're going to do, but make you look funny, make you laugh, but they are dead serious. They're going to create who's the bad guy or the good guy, threaten them, and then say, well, in the history books, we're going to say that you're the bad man. And I started analyzing. See, that person from the Third Reich is actually their hero. Let me explain. He's not a hero to me. He's not my hero. But it's their hero. This A plus B equals C. This person of the Third Reich had did things. He took control over his country slowly. And he was also backed by people in my country, the banksters. How could this person have all this money to get uniforms, weapons, things like that in such power? Because again, in World War I, the country fell. There were sanctions on them, punishment. So how in just a couple of years he come back into power? I mean, the country come into power and create the mess that he did. How could that happen? How could that country be allowed this type of power? Well, because it's by design. These people in control, they control the banks. They are the banks. And some of the people in the banks were descendants of people, or say the ancestors of people who are presidents in this century, in this millennium, I should say. How's that? Isn't that something? So he's called the bad man, but yet these people that live in the States financed that person's country. And then the person gets into power, and he's in power for only 13 years. Only 13 years. Amazing. And then it turns out that this person did not die the way they said he did. I was watching this channel. I forget the name of the channel. They're from Northern Europe. And these people interviewed people who met him. These people are now very old, but they were very young at the time. This was in the 1940s, right after the war. One person was like a maid. He lived at like a resort in South America. Other people knew about these submarines that came into, I think, the Caribbean and some other places. Because they had to smuggle him in. Now he didn't get in. He didn't get in the submarine, but you had people who did use the submarines to come overseas. I think they flew him in. Now, if this is such an evil person, a war criminal of war criminals, why then was he allowed here in this hemisphere? And why did, okay, I mentioned A, B, and equals C. Why did C allow him here in the Americas? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why A plus B equals C. And I already said that C is Israel. And why did that country, who's supposed to be looking for, what they call Nazi hunters, how come they're not after him? Because he is their hero. Without the Third Reich, you will have no C. See, it's a plan. Nazism and Zionism are the same thing. And they had an outcome that they wanted to achieve. That C is the planet headquarters. It's the name, it's like the capital of the planet. And again, look again with the movie. The movie that's being, that was put in the theaters a couple of years ago about this Third Reich being on the moon. Nazis on the moon, I think it's called. Yeah. See, they're telling you. And that's where they're controlling. And that's what they want to cover. They want to hide that fact. But because of karma and everything, they have to let you know what they're going to do. So they say, well, we didn't do anything. Well, we told them what we're going to do. So that's what I mean, that A plus B equals C. That they all work together. So this A is the hero of C. And the B is what also facilitated that direction. See, the direction is about the Elohim wanting to take the control, world control. And that's why the media is having all these different shows, television shows, movies about this particular country in history. But it's never vilified. He's really, they might have they want you afraid of him. That's what when I was mentioning, they put this sinister, this spooky music. They want you to fear him as a power because they actually revere him. And who controls the movie industry, television, radio, and social media on the internet? There is a common denominator, and you do your research. Who controls it and who owns it? Who founded these different social media? And it's usually the same type of person. It's the same. So they promote him, this Third Reich and the Fourth Reich, They're romanticized, but now, but they want you to think, oh, these are bad people now. They don't want you to know what their left hand is doing. And if they really felt that certain people were um, unsafe, they would have removed this Fourth Reich from the media also. But see, that's their hero. That's why they allowed him to leave the country, but they want you to think that he died in the bunker. He didn't die in any bunker. And there's a file on him, government on him, on his whereabouts when he was alive. And that they allowed him AB equals C, A plus B equals C, and C allowed him into the US to get medical treatment. So where did the Nazi hunters, where were they? They forgot? They didn't hear? But they have a very strong network. They know everything. They know everything about this person, where he is. And they don't want you to know where he's buried. Where is he buried? So they protect him. And also, if you notice, with this space program, who's the people that they put up there? The person who made mention about that movie is a member, indirectly because of her religion, is a member of the letter C. That's right. If you look on the people who are associated with these uh, alleged trips to the moon or Mars, they're oftentimes member of one of those groups. They don't have people like me. They don't have people that look like me, really. But they got people that look like those people from the Third and Fourth Reich. People who are part of that coin. And again, there's two sides of that coin, but it's the same object. These people don't want to be found out. They don't want you to connect the dots. And here, I almost got that person who's a dot connector was just banned from going overseas. And he has been exposing them. DI has been exposing them for about almost 30 years. And now they're crunching down, trying to crunch down on all of us. And coincidentally, they were crushing down on us around the same time. Even me. And I'm someone that is so pro-life and love. And it's, again, you can only be passive for so long until they actually step on you like a bug. And I already shared with you guys not too long ago about an incident that happened to me and someone who I was with at the time at a restaurant. This year, and in fact, I think it's almost exactly a year. I think it happened on the 8th or the 9th of May. Yeah, this month. We make it exactly 1 year. And that I was targeted. I was targeted because I was discussing about the secret space program, but in particular about the blood type that they use. Now, this is all information that's posted on the internet is no secret, no nothing classified. I just talked about O negative blood, and someone was listening to my conversation, and I know I'm long-winded, and I'm not interested by, a lot of people don't find me that interesting. So, but why was this person listening to me? Boring me. Why I'm not, I'm just talking in a restaurant. There's just two couples other than me at the restaurant. So, I wasn't a threat. I didn't say anything classified, but the fact that someone was eavesdropping on my private conversation and had the power to hurt me physically. It never happened before, but it happened then. See, that is what everything is really about. That they don't want your thoughts to be alone. They want to tap into everybody's thoughts, their lives, through social media, through other technologies, to control the narrative. And I find that to be the worst violator and evil. That is what's evil. The intent, this stealth to redesign what's evil. And then they're saying one thing is evil, but yet it's your hero. You protected him. You allowed him safe passage. You allowed him to have free room and board. Who knows? Maybe you have him on the moon. Who knows? Who knows whether they took cells from his body and cloned it? This person is their hero. And again, if they weren't given, if this person didn't exist, they would have gotten the country of Israel. So who's really the evil? See that? Who's really the evil? The banksters? Are they not the evil because they financed him? Are not the people who created the vaccines? Remember in America, the Tuskegee experiments that were done from the 1930s up to the 1970s. You do the math. And they did that on black people. And were they compensated? Oh, they got an apology from Clinton, the then President Clinton. Outside of that, I don't know about their reparations that they got. Talk is cheap. Anyone could say, I'm sorry. So who's the evil? Who's really the evil? Who was presidents during that time? I'm sure that those presidents knew what was going on. See, these are the so-called bad Third Reich that was allowed in the U.S. to continue the program because, see, they had to work fast because they worked under a time frame of when to implement the different stages of the plan. And they knew in the late 40s they wanted to implement the capital of the planet which is in Israel. And now they just recently made Jerusalem the capital of that country. And who in the US, who now acknowledges that it is now the capital? Well, look at his background. Look at his nationality. See? Same, same. He's of that same nationality. Ancestry. The country. His father, that is. He's born here in the States, where his father is from. See that? He's from the same country. See that? Who are his children married to? Who? He has three kids from his first wife. At least the first three kids that he has. Who are they married to? All three of them are married to B, which equals C. See that? A plus B equals C. And they are all in power now. And yes, I did vote for him. I did vote for him for the current presidency. And I did not know about his children and their affiliations. But see how life happens. See, we're put in the dark, and then it's revealed about his family. And no, I don't wish them any harm. I did vote for him, and I stand behind my vote, but I don't approve of certain things. Yeah. A plus B equals C. Creating a narrative of who's good, who's bad, and you're all doing the same thing. And pointing a finger. So, you don't have to be a dictator. You just control social media. And if you go against the narrative, they'll pull your video, they demonetize, and then they'll vilify you in the media. Wow. Is this freedom or what? So I sense that things are going to increase very fast. That time is really going to speed up. But just put your safety belt on, because it is going to get a little bumpy and rough. But stand your ground. Expose what's going on. See, they might even be able to get most of us, but not all of us. But truth. You know what the beauty of truth is? What the beauty of it, that it's innate in beauty and truth, that it always rises to the surface. Truth always rises to the surface, because truth is. It stands on its own. But see, lies are built upon falsehood that break over time. But truth, it just floats to the top. So I want to live by truth. I want to live by the light. And I pray that that person who did me harm almost a year ago, see, your deeds will be exposed. And you better repent, because karma has a way to bite you where you don't want to be bitten. Do acts of good. Do good in your life. and maybe you will be forgiven. So, I share this with you to teach you that people are creating your narrative, telling you who's the bad guy on social media, yet they allow movies that glamorize this person in history of the Third Reich, and they actually worship him. See, if they really thought he was a bad person, they would ban everything. He would be banned from the books, history books, movies, television, but no, they promote him because that is their real God. That is their God. And anyone who exposes the narrative was being played on social media because they're hiding their left hand that's doing the wickedness and they only show you the right hand. I've said that many times in my videos. So that's what I wish to share right now. This cozy Saturday morning. Yes, right now it's 8:10 a.m. in the morning. And I think I'll stay at home. Who knows? And I'll try to upload this audio file. I thank you all who were able to listen to this whole live audio file. And yes, feel free to comment below. Definitely share this video with friends and your family members who you think would like this. And give me the thumbs up. So take care and be strong and tap into your inner power so that you'll be able to perceive what's really going on in this world. Bye bye.